I'll be on this point again and again until we stop letting N-word dumb fucks make comics better than us. You're doing the lib thing again, where you focus on my bureaucratic procedural inaccuracy. What is that? I don't have to take the L on being a total spurg who can't respond well to criticism and just get freaks out of randoms underneath their tweet and says dumb word salad shit. Okay? So I've got another funny leftoid spurg out, Twitter spurg out to look at, which I quite enjoyed monitoring and watching as I've been off the last couple of days when I've been able to. It all revolves around a comic artist, a lefty comic artist, okay? Now, if I said to you something, if I asked you a question, okay, what is one of the most fundamental issues that you tend to see with, like, lefty comic artists? What's one problem you often see with their comics? What would you reply with? Exactly. Women. 500-page essay. Self-inserts, that's good. Yeah, 500-page essay, words, long-ass texts. Too many words, mucho texto. I'm not going to read that one, Stylo. Words, words, words. That's the kind of answer I was looking for, right? Very common criticism, which I think is true. I think that comic artists like Stonetoss, obviously I don't agree with what I presume their politics are, but I think in terms of word efficiency and getting a message across, it's something that you can instantly look at and understand, you know, without really querying it or questioning it, right? You often understand pretty immediately what the point of the comic is, sometimes without any words, sometimes with very few words, right? And it's sometimes funny too. The problem with lefty comics often is that, like, there can be a good concept in there even sometimes, but it's so wordy. It's like a chore to read it, you know? It's like you kind of rolling your eyes at like, oh my God, I've got to read a whole lecture about leftist politics before I can understand what this comic means, do I? Oh my God, dude, just a wall of text. Oh God, it's so insufferable. Anyway, this issue came to a head recently, involving someone called Haus of Decline. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with Haus of Decline, but Haus of Decline is like a lefty comic artist. You'll probably notice their style when I bring it up here. But first of all, this is how it started off, okay? We actually looked at this the other day. So we are so beyond parody at this point, the concept of parody itself is now antiquity. Anti-woke water becomes a hit for conservatives who brag about the unapologetic drink. We obviously covered this the other day, and it was, yeah, true. I think most people, I think even some conservatives can look at this and have a laugh about it, right? It's quite a funny idea, isn't it? Oh, you're even making your water not be woke anymore. Like, kind of a bit stupid and dumb, really, but not that big a deal. Just a little funny thing to laugh about, right? So anyway, in response to this, someone shared this comic, which this is the Haus of Decline, I think their name is. But this is the comic they produced a little while ago. Obviously playing on the idea that you can't parody anything anymore, right? Man, I'm tired of not selling any lemonade. And then puts anti-woke lemonade. Young man, I would like to support your business. So would I, so would I. This feels wrong, but the money kind of helps. So, what do you think about this comic? What are your thoughts? You think it's funny and quick? See, well, the basic, okay, what's the point? What's the point? The point is that if you put anti-woke on something, it's going to increase its appeal and sell more broadly. Well, you know, because people are gonna fucking want to buy it because it's anti-woke, right? Boomer humor. Okay. I mean, listen, whether you like it or hate it, that's the point of the comic, okay? Anyway, it doesn't really matter what you think about it. What's funny is what happened as a result of this getting shared, okay? Now, my instinct with this is, regardless of what you think of the message, there's a lot of text here, isn't there? And as someone pointed out here, the text is actually unnecessary. You don't need all this text. You can get rid of all this text, and the message of the comic still works, right? So, obviously, you would need to like move it around a bit, but if you look here, this is one I found floating about on Twitter. Someone's removed the text. it actually works a lot better, right? It's less cluttered. You probably need to illustrate it a bit more up here, but it's much less cluttered. The message is still clear. And it's actually quite funny as well. I find it quite funny, this idea that out of nowhere, all these people come and start fucking hammering this person with cash. You could even turn it into a 3-panel comic as well. There's lots of things you could do with it, right? It's much more subtle. Exactly. It's easier on the eye. Exactly. Anyway. So, obviously the person has issued this in a somewhat, harsh tone, I guess you could say, putting big red crosses across it. On my knees, begging leftist comic artists to stop adding unnecessary text. Holy shit. And then they say, I'll be on this point again and again until we stop letting N-word dumb fucks make comics better than us. As in, the Nazis, not the other N-word, okay? So, you can see the point here exactly, right? This person is saying, look, it's very clear what the message of this comic is. We give IDs in all these other circumstances. Why is it so ridiculous that we give ID when you vote? Okay? Very simple comic. Literally, a couple of words on it. You know exactly what's going on here, right? Like the images display the message perfectly already, and then they share the proof, which is here, which is exactly right. A lot funnier, a lot clearer, less cluttered. Yeah, just generally a better comic, right? So anyway, maybe a bit harsh, but certainly a fair criticism. Anyway, House of Decline is the person that made the comic, and they responded in a kind of escalation of harshness, I guess you could argue. But dude, this isn't that much text. I just think you don't like to read, which would explain your general vibe of abject stupidity. Like, straight away, angry at this person. I mean, sure, they're being a bit harsh in how they're addressing the criticism, but it's very bitter, yeah, when actually the criticism is fair and good. Like, dude, the person is correct. If you got rid of the text and clean it up a bit so you didn't have blank space, it would be a better comic, right? And the thing is like, I'm not saying that you have to listen to this. You can do what you want and you can take it on board, and you not take it on board, you can, whatever. But the fact this person responded to this message is pretty insane to me. Why? Why are you responding to some rando criticizing your comic if you don't like the criticism? Just literally ignore them and keep doing your wordy comics that people, only people that are totally invested in your political ideology are going to like. Look, I like your comics and like your ideas, but you got to learn how to take any minor criticism without devolving into personal attacks. True, correct, fair point. But I straight up don't like you on a personal level. Now, obviously, very, very bitter response from this person, okay? When it was just a very mild, minor criticism that was being issued, okay? Right? But this turned into insane discourse that has absolutely encapsulated, taken control of Lefty Twitter for the past couple of days. It's totally wild. Scroll down. I mean, sure. I mean, there's not much to see. It's just lefties arguing about this in the replies, Anyway, I found a reason that this House of Decline person might not like this Basil person. I mean, these are just like Twitter personalities, right? But this Basil person tweeted out a tweet which is very kind of familiar to a lot of lefties. They don't like him because he, or them, I don't know what their fucking pronouns are, but they said this on Twitter one time. Weird thing to say to the creator of one of the most salient political commentaries in recent history. People on Twitter will really be like, you believe in voting? That pales in effectiveness to my strategy, redacting a Walmart and then not redact a Walmart. Okay, so I'm starting to understand, if you're like a hard lefty, an anarchist type person, you're probably going to not like getting mocked, right? But very good tweet, very good point. We get the gist. People profess to have radical politics on Twitter, but don't actually do anything radical. They just talk on Twitter all the time, right? This is one of the dumbest tweets that has ever been made. Right, okay. How many Walmarts have you redacted? Okay. Yeah. Hit a little too close to home. True. True. Very true. I don't know what kind of politics this person has got, but I'm presuming there's some sort of leftoid retard person, anarchist or something. I don't know. Anyway, so far, you know, just a little bit of arguing backwards and forwards on Twitter. And then other people started to comment on it. Somewhat heartbreaking, the creator of those funny comics honestly seems like an asshole. This isn't that much. Okay, so we've seen this bit already. You're leaving out the part where he negatively compared me to Stonetoss. This wouldn't make you angry, which did happen. Why is Stonetoss like a boogeyman to these people? You could not like his professed politics in his art or whatever, right? But making him this boogeyman like this is so crazy. All these lefties are bickering over Stonetoss, and it's just like, you're just feeding into his like mythos by doing that, right? Like, what does it matter if you get compared to Stonetoss? Also, Basil, in the course of talking about Stonetoss, called them a Nazi dumbfuck. So clearly they don't like Stonetoss, right? They're making a point which is universal across all art, regardless of what you're doing, in that sometimes less is more, right? Particularly in comics, sometimes less is more, and less words and less clutter and stuff like that can make a more visually compelling, punchy, interesting comic, right? It's like memes. You know, comics spread now in the form of memes nowadays. You know, memes often, some of the most popular and funniest memes are the ones that you don't need a lot of, explaining. You can just put it out there and it's there in the image for you to see. You don't need to fucking interpret it and understand it. It's just there, you know? I feel like there's a couple of kind of weird comics from Stonetoss, and then literally all of the rest of them are totally reasonable takes that even people on the left should be able to sympathise with. Yeah, of course. And the thing is, though, if you don't like Stonetoss and his extreme comics, right, that's fine. It doesn't matter. But you can still make a comparison. You can still not like Stonetoss's politics, as this person clearly is saying they don't, and make the point that he does have a very good form of, you know, limited text comics that get a message across very easily. I'd probably be frustrated that some Texas German schlub is cleverer than me, yeah. And then House of Decline. So this is House of Decline comes across as a definite kind of lolcow in development here, because they're responding endlessly to all these comments on Twitter, and they're just spurging out more and more and more as they go on. He's not. The comic sucks. When was the last time you went to vote and they didn't ask for ID? You cede ground to Nazi propaganda because you're weak of character. What? And then this person responds. And then this person responds, I live in California. Nobody asks for my ID when I vote. Immediately proving them wrong. And they just spurg out more straight away. Oh my God, please stop defending the effing N-word Nazi comic. Are you people stupid? Bro. So they get proven wrong, right? About a point they're making. And instead of admitting that and going, okay, fair enough, they double down and spurg. Well, they don't even double down. They just spurg out about Stonetoss some more. Bro, this is insane. You literally do not have to hand it to Stonetoss on anything. You are participating in reinforcing the propaganda by commenting on its supposed cleverness or accuracy. Please resist this urge. I don't think it's even commenting on the accuracy or cleverness of the comic. Is it really clever to have a comic which imparts this message with limited speech, a clear message with limited speech? So this person is doing the kind of thing where they're trying to act like people here are like backing Stonetoss in some way. Whereas my understanding is all these people are lefties, liberals, on the left in some fashion. And all they're doing is saying, hey, there's a good point to be made here, and you're spurging out about it. And this House of Declines person's response is to spurg out more, essentially. So then this dude, who is this person? Oh, okay. Look, pro-America, pro-choice, anti-Trump. Dude, this person is like on, not even a Trumpist, for God's sake. Please resist this urge. I'm not defending Stonetoss. You said that people always check your ID when you vote. I just pointed out that's not even remotely close to true. Okay. Then we get this absolute banger, probably my favorite text of the whole exchange. You're doing the lib thing again, where you focus on my bureaucratic procedural inaccuracy. Dude, what is that? Pointing out you're wrong is now liberal, apparently. That's now a liberal thing. Being wrong is being a leftist. Pointing out being wrong is a liberal thing, all right? You're doing the lib thing again, where you focus on my bureaucratic procedural inaccuracy instead of acknowledging the much weirder thing of praising Nazi propaganda for its effective joke format. Yeah, you're doing the lib thing again, where you proved me wrong. You used a lie about how voting works for most Americans to smear someone as sympathetic to Nazis, and then when I pointed it out, it was a lie. You said that meant I was sympathetic to Nazis. Grow up. Dude, these people are beyond parody at this point. They really are. They truly are. The right are beyond parody for their stupid water thing, and the left are beyond parody for the insane word salads they came up with to try and slip away from just being wrong about something, you know? Dude, it's so crazy to me, the fact that we're so quickly moving to saying that you support a Nazi because Stonetoss has got good word economy in his comics, and that's all that you're saying. This House of Decline person is extremely popular. I see their comics get posted all the time. Yeah, it's not even that deep. It's like your comic could use less words and still get the same point across. It is funnier. It's funnier when it uses. It's a better product when it uses less words. You know. Anyway, reality has become parody. Very true. Very true. So anyway, obviously lots of comments on it and stuff, and lots of other things as well. Oh, Brian Doyle. Brian Doyle was on the case. You're the one who brought up the procedural inaccuracy. Oh my God, that is so true. Oh my God, that's true. Got him. You're the lib. House of Decline is the true lib here. Anyway, so that was kind of a bit dumb, lolcout-esque behavior. A bit stupid, but whatever. Anyway. Then, it's not over yet. Because House of Decline, rather than just end it at this spurg out, take the L and move forward, decided, I don't have to take the L. I don't have to take the L on being a total spurg who can't respond well to criticism and just freaks out at randoms underneath their tweet and says dumb word salad shit. Okay? Why do I have to take the L for being a spurg when I'm trans? I'm trans, so I don't have to take the L. So then they responded further with this comment. I am genuinely very fucked up. I can't get my hormones for a month. Dude. Sorry for being a spurg on Twitter. I can't get my estrogen, actually. Dude, that is insane. It's not a long enough time to make private clinics or DIY worth it. My landlord keeps sending me false eviction notices. False eviction notices? What's that? What does that mean exactly? Yeah, this is the trans alt at play here. But yeah, what does repeated false eviction notices mean? Hang on a second. Wait, what? What does that mean? What are they trying to evict you for? Either an eviction is legitimate and then you have to leave, or it's not legitimate and you can fight it through the court system or whatever, and then you stay. Roughly, you know? Anyway, not quite sure what to make of that exactly, okay? But continuing on. I keep getting sick due to stress, which prevents me from working. And if someone says something or stupid or annoying about me, I'm expected to take it with gentle good humour, regardless of my mental state. No, you don't have to do anything with it. You can literally just ignore it. I must respond. But I could. This is basically saying, anytime someone criticizes me, I must respond, but I get to do it in the most obnoxious, spurgy way possible because I'm trans, I've got no hormones, and my landlord's trying to kick me out of my house. I'm out of spoons. I have to act crazy. You don't get it. This happens constantly. Hundreds of times a day. Maintaining this composure is very difficult. Sometimes I'm liable to slip up. Sorry if I bum anyone out when I get this way, and releasing that negativity never actually makes me feel better. But sometimes you impulsively seek ways to vicariously experience revenge. Twitter has agreed to do that and then feel like shit after. What? Revenge. This is Stylo's correct. This is just emotional. This is cry bully shit. This is 100% cry bully shit. Okay? Going and fucking shitting on someone because they called your comic too wordy, right? And saying they're stupid and saying you don't like them as a person, okay? And then you get called out for that behavior as being, short-fused, quick to anger, not able to take criticism and so on. And then you go to your page and start posting about how you're trans, you haven't got your bloody hormones, you're going to get kicked out your house. Absolute cry bully behavior from this individual, Especially when you consider that this other account that they're having to go at, like, in terms of, like, fame and stuff, I mean, I don't really care that much. I don't really care that much about it in terms of, like, if you're going to talk shit, expect to have shit talk back to you, right? But with lefties, they've got all this weird analysis about power dynamics, big accounts and small accounts and stuff like that. But even that being said, it's like, this other person is just a random Twitter shitter, So who like, you can literally ignore them. You don't need to fucking engage with them, Anyway, so they came back with a little bit of emotional blackmail cry bully shit, But yeah, I don't really understand what this, false eviction notice means. I would have thought that an eviction notice would either be legitimate and then you got to leave, or something you can fight and then it gets null and void. I don't really know the system exactly, but sorry I blew up on you for telling me I'm obviously wrong, honey. I couldn't get my... Okay, that's crazy, dude. I'm not saying that. Anyway, I'm so sorry for starting discourse. This is literally why I stopped doing political comics. I'm not sorry for what I said, but rather willingly injecting myself with a bunch of cortisol that I'll need to walk off for 3 hours. The problem isn't a political comic. That's not the issue, right? The issue is that you responded badly to fair criticism, and rather than ignore it, take it on the chin, or respond with a bit of grace, you decided to go the most obnoxious, shitty route that you could, and now you're getting some fucking heat for it, And then they did this as well. Get the hell out of here, American football. You're not even a sphere. Don't worry, football, we can be friends. Sorry, hockey puck, but I fucking hate you. Which I'm guessing is a walk back of their claim that they don't want to start this. This is just continuing the discourse, I guess. I'm guessing this is a new comic they did because of what happened. Right? Yeah, these comics fucking suck, dude. These comics are bad, man.
King Rainbow became a member. King Rainbow celebrates 10 months of membership. That bouncer showed Sneeko that you can indeed punch down.
Very true. Thank you for the membership. This was not meant to continue the discourse. I just thought this comic was funny. I do not care anymore. My life is so goddamn boring. The fact that anyone is scrutinizing it is funny. Wait, hang on a minute. You opened the scrutiny by, in response to getting criticized for being short-fused, right? You started talking about how you're trans and you can't get your hormones and you're getting fucking landlord eviction notices, and now you're complaining about people scrutinizing your life. Well, don't fucking talk about your personal circumstances to try and generate personal sympathy on Twitter if you don't want people to scrutinize your life, you fucking retard. Why on earth would you say this when you have put information about yourself out there because you didn't like the fact you were getting criticized and wanted a bit of sympathy? Fuck me, dude. Crazy. These people are just insufferable. I get so frustrated with them because I'm like, you are like blameless retard freaks, every single one of you. You take some responsibility for one fucking thing in your life. Jesus Christ. So was the title clickbait? Let me ask you a question, Pazuzu, you fucking moron. Do you think I've put the title as that, okay, that's right, in order to get you in and I'm never going to speak about it? Or do you think I'm talking about this for a little bit while the stream fills up a bit more and then I'm going to talk about it shortly? Which do you think is true? Do you think I've just called my title that with no intention to ever talk about it, you fucking moron? God, please, I can't say what I want to say, but listen. Very clear for anyone that watches regularly. Normally, I spend the first hour talking about other things that are going on, little smaller D, and then I get to the main story about an hour into my stream, okay? So for future reference, if you just want to know what I'm talking about in my title, the best thing to do is to come by at 9 a.m. Eastern, and then, boom, we'll be in, okay? There we go. ADHD addled freaks. Honestly, I cannot bear these ADHD adult freaks. Go and watch a few TikToks, okay? Maybe adverts are more your thing because it's all settled within 30 seconds, all right? Anyway, continuing on. So yeah, my life is so goddamn boring. The fact that anyone is scrutinizing it is funny. My time is spent mostly hunched over a desk in a small to medium-sized room. I can relate, obviously. But, yeah, I don't know. It just seems like a very, they've gone from, trying to garner sympathy to now just presenting themselves as a very boring, pathetic wretch, essentially. Yeah, you're the loser, actually. You're the loser for scrutinizing me. So anyway, there we go. Like I say, just a little bit of fun, just a little bit of fun content, a little bit of a laugh to get the stream going. But there's one epilogue to this, okay? Because, of course, Stonetoss, okay, did notice this. But on top of that as well, he responded. Now, I want to see if anyone can get it in the first look at this comic, okay? I'm just going to throw it up. So this is Stonetoss's response to the drama. This one's a bit more abstract. I only understood this because I'd seen another discourse that happened recently about this. Okay? So, I'll explain for those of you that don't know. Okay? So, this image here courted a lot of controversy on Twitter recently. Well, the original artwork did here. This panel here was used on Twitter. And the reason it provoked controversy is because someone gave a fairly trivial issue that they had in their life. And it was like me when I insert trivial issue. And they used this image here, which is obviously depicting some sort of like the idea being, it's a very trivial issue, but I'm having a very bad response to it, right? Now, the reason it was so controversial is, yeah, this is the artwork and this is the description. For those interested, it's by Dino Buzzati, the Morning Visitor. For those interested in this story, Daniela was cleaning the house when a strange guy arrived. He grabbed her, used violence on her, literally entered her to the point of deforming her. So the discourse that popped off, okay, was the idea that someone was using an image which is depicting someone talking about their own assault in a very trivial way, obviously used here to highlight the trivialness of the house's response to all of the drama. Oh my god, dude. Too good. Too good. There's so much going. This is art. This is modern art right here, okay? This is modern art. But dude, it's just so funny that all these lefties were bickering about Stonetoss, and he releases this, which is just a far superior comic commenting in 2 panels on the entirety of the stupid drama that was happening, man. Stonetoss does just mog all of these lefty comic book fucking retards. Yes, Stonetoss is much more creative and talented comically. Yeah, exactly. Just far superior. Because even if you don't know what this means, you can literally scroll down and, or, you know, look it up and see. Very witty. Yeah, very witty. Yeah, snappy. It's topical. It's bringing together 2 recent Twitter dramas. You know, one of the comic artists being a fucking spurg, the other of this image getting used in inappropriate ways. You know, people were freaking out and saying, how dare you, you know, to this other drama, how dare you use this image to depict that? And it's like, well, that's the point, isn't it, you fucking moron, you know? Anyway, there we go, guys. That was my funny little leftoid Twitter drama that I saw that I wanted to share with you all, okay?